is Tuesday, the 2nd of May. I didn't get a chance to film yesterday, I was so busy. It's currently 10 to 8 in the morning and my plasterer has just pulled up, so I need to make this a quick update. My bedroom is being plastered today, maybe tomorrow as well. I don't know how long he's going to take over it. But I wanted to give you an update on reading because I already started some stuff yesterday. So I did start Arcanum Unbounded, which wasn't on my TBR. Honestly, I entirely forgot that I need to read some of these, which are a collection of novellas, before I can move on to Warbreaker. So last night I did read The Emperor's Soul. I read The Hope of Elantris, and then I read The 11th Metal. So The Emperor's Soul and The Hope of Elantris were, I don't know where The Emperor's Soul was, but the Celish system, which I assume is like Elantris side of things. And then The 11th Metal was Mistborn. So I enjoyed them. I gave them all 4 stars. Some of them got a half star more than others. But I enjoyed them. It was really nice actually to be back in Elantris and also to be back with Kelsier in Mistborn as well. So I had a good time with those. So I'm currently 174 pages into this. I do have 2 more left, so before I need to put this down and I can move on to Warbreaker. So I've got Alamancer Jack and the Pits of Eltania, which has minor spoilers for Alloy of Law, and then a Mistborn Secret History, which is a lot longer. I think Alamancer Jack is like 20 odd pages, and then this one is a minor spoilers for The Bands of Mourning. So obviously I've read both of those now, so yeah, I think I might try and get through those today. We'll see. I also need to read The Intimacy Experiment this week by Rosa Dannon, because it is the literature book club and pick for April, and we've got the live show Monday next week. And I would like to read this as well, which is The Witch and the Vampire by Francesca Flores. It comes out today officially, but I got mine early, God knows why. So I might try and start this today. I have some editing to do today, but other than that I've got nothing else to do. I can't film anything, so I did sprints yesterday. So other than that, I can't read anything else. I can't do anything else other than read. I did start Ashes as well. Don't with me because I can't with myself. I only read the first chapter, so I got 17 pages in. So I may continue this. I may pick up this. I may pick up this. I'm reading this officially. That's where I'm up to. I'll let you know later on what I did decide to pick up, but I'm gonna go because I've got a sausage and hash brown on toast for my breakfast and I'm starving. So I'll check back in with you in a little bit. Okay, hello, good afternoon. It is, I don't know, gone 5? No, it fucking isn't. It's 4:10 in the afternoon. I feel like it's later than it is because I've been up so long, like today. It's 4:10. I've gotten so much done today. I have, hello. Okay, this lighting is something, eh? I can't. I don't understand how this is better when the window's right there. Okay, I am currently sitting on my bed, well, my mattress, in the middle of the library. We're just gonna have to deal with this background mess for a period of time, I'm afraid, because I have no choice. So I wanted to come on and give you an update. It's Tuesday afternoon. It is 4:20. It feels so much later than that because I've been up since 7, and I never get up at 7 unless I'm going on holiday. It's a good fucking reason to do so. So I just wanted to come on and give you an update because I did start reading something this afternoon and then finished it. DNF'd it. So I did start The Witch and the Vampire even by Francesca Flores. I was so excited about this. Like, look at this cover. It's supposed to be a queer Rapunzel retelling where a witch and a vampire who trust no one but themselves must journey together through a cursed forest with danger at every turn. I got to page 68. The Rapunzel element in here has already happened. Ava is one of our main characters. Kay is the other one. Ava is a vampire but also a witch. Kay is a witch. Kay wants to kill Ava's mum because Ava's mum killed Kay's family. And now that's all I know. Ava wants to escape from her mother because they keep her around solely for her blood, and that's it. Because when they have her blood, they drain her witch powers from her as well or something. I don't know the full ins and outs of it. One of the problems with this is the world building. There is none. There's very little explanation with the magic system and the world building. Not only that, but the characters feel very flat for me, Ava and Kay, and it's a very, very tell, don't show type book. Some things are repeated constantly, every 10 or 15 pages, repeated constantly, as in like telling us constantly instead of showing us what's going on. And especially like the emotion on a character's face or the emotion in something they're saying, like it's more so told than it is us figuring it out in the way that they're saying it, if that makes any sense. I'm just not enjoying it. The writing's off for me, the characters are off for me, there's no world building, I'm not having a good time. And the Rapunzel side of it, Ava has very long hair, she was locked in a tower. That is no longer an issue after the first chapter. I don't get it. It's a bit of an insult to say, I would say, to say that this is a Rapunzel retelling. I just don't get it. I know I haven't finished the book, so maybe it carries on, but I went on Goodreads, as I always do when I'm thinking about DNF in a book, and they were very similar reviews of people that had finished it. So I'm devastated because this cover is absolutely stunning. I had a whole Instagram post planned for today. I feel like I can't post that now because I've DNF'd the book. So gutted, but I don't know what to tell you. I had the audiobook, I found it on YouTube if anybody is interested in reading this. The audiobook's on YouTube. But I was giving YA another shot. It seems very young as well for YA. It's like the proper younger end of YA. Well, I'm just gutted. It's such a pretty cover. It stinks of plaster up. So yeah, devastated about that. So I think what I'm going to do for the rest of the evening is try and make my way through some more of Arcanum Unbounded. I do need to read Allomancer Jack and the Pits of Elentania, which is a very short one. It's only like 20 odd pages, I think, if that. And then Mistborn Secret History, which is about 170 pages. So this is Allomancer Jack and this is Mistborn Secret History. So if I can make my way through both of those this evening, that would be great. I may continue on with Ashes of a Star-Cursed King, which is the second in the Serpent and the Wings of Night series, the Crowns of Nixia. Every single time I get to the Serpent, I want to say, and the Dove. So yeah, I may continue on with that a little bit. I didn't pick it up last night. I honestly got in bed, texted Jade for a little bit, figured out how to put my phone on do not disturb, but make sure that if I got any calls from important people it would ring, and then I was lights out for about 11:15, and I don't think it took me too long to get to sleep last night, which is great news because my sleeping's been horrific recently and I've been getting upset over the weekend about it. So I do have an appointment with the doctor. I've got a call with my doctor tomorrow about the sleeping, and then I have a wellness check on Thursday with the nurse so that I can get a new prescription for my contraceptive pill. That was way too much information. But yeah, that's what's going on with that. So I just wanted to come on and give you an update about The Witch and the Vampire, because I'm really gutted, because that book is super pretty and I wanted to keep it on my shelves. No can do. Yeah, that's it. That's the update. I'm gonna go. I need to get some tea sorted because I am shockingly hungry, considering I didn't have any lunch till 1:30. I don't know why I'm hungry again. It's only been 3 hours. Anyway, I'm gonna go, so I will check back in with you when I've got another update for you. Constantly looking for things around the house that I can put you on, because I'm just too lazy to go and get the tripod from upstairs, where I was not 5 minutes ago. Hello, today is Wednesday. It's currently 4 o'clock and I've got Patreon sprints at 4:30. Wanted to come on and give you a quick update. Today has not been it. That's it. I had another shit night's sleep last night, surprise surprise, after having a reasonably good one on Tuesday night was last night, Monday night. Had another shit night last night and I had to get up early again, 7 o'clock this morning, so that I could let Paul in at 8. And it's going to be another early one tomorrow. He's coming back again tomorrow. He's nearly done. He's just going to do the cove-in tomorrow, about half day tomorrow, but I'm going to be out. So he's coming back tomorrow, and so I didn't have a great start to the day with the terrible sleep. Wasn't feeling great when I got up this morning. And then the day just kind of got worse, I'm not gonna lie. I lay in bed last night about no, it was earlier than that because it's midnight when I finished writing it. But about 1:45 midnight, I started writing down a bunch of shit that was keeping me awake. And also notes to mention to the doctor today, because I had a phone call with my doctor today about my sleep, ironically enough. So I wrote all of that down to get it out of my head, but it didn't do much good. And then today I have spent the majority of the day fighting against my ADHD paralysis, because I cannot, this is a general thing, not everybody suffers with it, but this is a general thing with people with ADHD. If they have an appointment later on in the day, they can do fuck all until that appointment is done and then their day starts. I never knew that this was a trait of my ADHD. I just thought that was me being lazy. But this appointment had no time to it, and I thought it was supposed to be this morning. So I've been fighting my ADHD paralysis all day. Managed to get my work done for the day because I was working for my dad's company today, and I've managed to get my work done, which is great news. But I ended up doing a massive brain dump to my patrons today and just basically crying all morning to myself while Paul was upstairs plastering. I spent the majority of the day in tears. I've just become I'm entirely exhausted, in all honesty, and I've just become entirely overwhelmed, and I really needed to get it off my chest. And I felt like the best place for that, where there is many people, so that if somebody's having a bad day, I'm not becoming more of a burden on them, or if somebody doesn't want to read it for whatever reason, that's fine. If nobody read it, that was fine. I just needed to get it off my chest. And I felt like that was a good place to do it, and I think it's been a good call. But I've just found that the last few days I felt like my home is not my safe space anymore, because it's such a mess upstairs. I currently don't have a bedroom. I live in a 3-bedroomed house and I don't have a bedroom. And I'm feeling just very overwhelmed with everything that's going on. I fully recognise that knowledge that I am in a very good place, and a place of privilege to be able to even do the things that I'm doing upstairs, and to give myself what I'm going to get at the end of it. But right now it's very overwhelming, and I'm incredibly stressed, and just feeling entirely out of my comfort zone with it, and overwhelmed massively. So I just really needed to do that brain dump, and I've been feeling much better since it. I've been weepy throughout the day, continuing to get upset throughout the day, but I am feeling better. I've eaten something. You can tell I'm not 100% because I got this fucking hair on it, Denver. He's not even here. I got this cookie at lunchtime at 12:30. It's now 4 o'clock and I've still not finished it. Normally that's the kind of thing I inhale. So you can tell it's not the day. But yeah, it's just been one of them days. I did eventually have the phone call with my doctor. I did have to chase them because I thought it was going to be in the morning. They only do half day on a Wednesday, and it got to after lunchtime, and Andy was like, you need to call them and find out what's going on. So I did, and they were still going to call me. They just hadn't got around to me yet. So I did have the call with my doctor, and he's going to prescribe me some sleeping tablets, just 14 of them. He said for me to do 3 to 4 of them back to back, and then just to give myself a reset, but then keep the others for really bad nights. And then he's recommended that I get myself some melatonin, either from like a health shop or off of Amazon, and use that. So I'm gonna do that. And then I did ask him for an update on my ADHD diagnosis, but unfortunately, because it goes from them to a mental health foundation place, he doesn't have my records, so he's no idea. He can't give me an update. So I then found the name of the company and sent them an email just to say to them, look, can you just give me some idea of where I'm up to with this? I understand it's going to take some time, and that's fine, but right now I'm really struggling with my mental health with all of this and my anxieties, and I just need to know, first of all, that my questionnaires made it to you back in September, because I feel like they've gotten lost in the abyss and I've just been forgotten about, in all honesty. So I just need some reassurance that that's all still a go, you know? So I sent them a quick email. Then I got a phone call off my handyman who's going to be doing my chimney and has been doing my redecorating. And he's put my mind at rest with some of that as well. He's actually a very good friend, and I forget how well he knows me. And he said, so have you got the shelves sorted? And I was like, no, and it's really stressing me out. And he was like, of course it's stressing you out, Steph. You have anxiety. Don't worry about it. It's going to be fine. Just take your time with it. And I'm here for when you're ready for me to come back and move on to the next stage. And I was just like, oh my God, can't tell you how much I needed to hear that today. So I don't know, it's a day that started off really, really bad. It's not perfect by any means at this point in the day, but it's better, so that's good. And I've been listening to a lot of country songs while I've been working today, so that's perked me up a little bit as well. So yeah, it's gotten better. It's not perfect. I'm hoping that tomorrow is better. I have a funeral tomorrow, so it's not going to be great. But I have an appointment with the nurse at the doctor's tomorrow. Apparently I can see a nurse, but not a doctor. I have a wellness appointment tomorrow morning, and then I've got to go to a funeral, so it's not going to be great tomorrow, but yeah, it is what it is. But I did get some book mail today as well, which did also perk me up. So I got my pre-order of The True Love Experiment by Christina Lauren, which, if I remember correctly, I think is coming in a subscription box. So I'm going to end up with 2 copies of this by accident. Love Christina Lauren and their books, so very excited for that. And then Hattie, one of my patrons, did send me both part 1 and 2 of Rhythm of War by Brandon Sanderson. Obviously I'm getting back on my Brandy Sandy shit, so at some point I'm going to need to get to these. So thank you so much, Hattie, for those as well. Also did put a smile on my face. So yeah, really do appreciate that. But reading update, I read a little bit more of Ashes last night, just 2 more chapters. It's nothing to rave about. And I did read Alamancer Jack last night, and also got halfway through Mistborn Secret History. So I'm hoping to finish that tonight, but I really do need to make some moves on The Intimacy Experiment by Rosie Dannon, because we're going to be discussing it on Monday next week, and for the next few days I'm going to be at Andy's. So I really need to get on that this evening as well. So I'm hoping that I manage to last a while with Patreon sprints this evening so that I can do that, fingers crossed. But yeah, that's the update. I just wanted to come on, give you a little bit of an update. My mental health is not great today, but it's, you know, it can only go up from here, surely. I know full well that that is not the truth, but if I keep telling it to myself, maybe it will be true. That's all we can do. So yeah, I'm gonna go because I need to start. It's 4:10 4 now, and I need to start getting myself ready for Patreon sprints. So, but I just wanted to come on and give you a quick update. I'm sorry it's not a chirpy, cheery one. I managed to do so much yesterday, and I'm a little bit mad that today is now like a down day. Maybe I overdid it yesterday. I don't know. And it's just not helped with my mental state today. That's probably the case, actually. It's probably not helped. I edited like 2 videos yesterday. I can't remember what I updated you on, but I edited like 2 videos yesterday. Did a load of Instagram posts over different social medias, and did my taxes and sent them off as well. So which doesn't seem like a lot, but to me that's a lot of stuff. It took me all day to do that. The taxes were incredibly overwhelming. So yeah, just plodding along, and wanted to come and give you this update. Sorry it's not too cheery. I'll try and be perkier in the next one, I promise. Also, this spot's driving me fucking insane. It's not paying rent, and I think it needs to leave. It's very sore. I'll see you in a bit. Okay, so today is Sunday and it is 10 to 1 in the afternoon. I do have the Shang-Chi watch along with my patrons for the Marvel watch along this evening at 7 PM, and the F1 is on at 9. So I might have to switch over with the movie onto my iPad at some point, and then I can put the F1 on the telly, but that's fine. I haven't updated you since Wednesday. I went to the funeral on Thursday. I went and had my health check on Thursday morning. I do have to go and get some bloods done, so yay for that. I fucking hate needles and having blood tests, but I've got to go and get those done so they can check all my vitals and stuff. And then went to the funeral Thursday. I was running a bit late, so I missed Cal coming down the main street in West Orton, which was a shame because he had horse and carriage and everything. But there were hundreds of people outside the church, hundreds of them. I think that I would be in the ballpark to say around 500 people. It was phenomenal. All of West Orton turned out for him, and I've seen some of the videos of him coming down Market Street as well. So and either side of the road all the way down Market Street was just full of people. The shop owners came out and everything. It was amazing. So really great send off for him on Thursday, and very well deserved as well. And then I've just spent the last few days at Andy's, and to be perfectly honest, I haven't done a damn thing. For Friday and Saturday, I did nothing. We've spent the days in bed, watching TV, and doing pretty much nothing else, because I think I just needed a bit of a break. This week has been incredibly stressful for me with the work I've been having done at home, and having the really bad mental health day and getting overwhelmed with everything on Wednesday. So it's been nice to just kind of sit and do nothing and not think about things. Albeit I have gotten myself a little bit overwhelmed with work again. My expenses have now been done and come back with my tax and stuff. So that's overwhelming, and yeah. I've just realised as well how much I still need to read, which sounds ridiculous. It's the beginning of May, but I need to finish tomorrow's book club read off, which is the intimacy experiment. I'll tell you about that in a minute. I'm just feeling a little bit overwhelmed, and I just need to calm down a little bit and just chill out and take my time with stuff. Let's get into the reading in a second. I did just want to, I've ended up coming home to a whole bunch of parcels, so I thought we could open these together. Some of them I've ordered, some of them I assume are gifted, because I've got no recollection of having this many things coming through that I've ordered for myself. This does have a gift note with it. You need this book. Sending you big hugs from Amanda, who is one of my patrons. And the book is, I knew it was going to be that, Slaying the Vampire Conqueror by Carissa Broadbent, which is one, I think it's a standalone but set in the world of Nixia, the Crown of Nixia series, which is, you know, The Serpent and the Wings of Night, and also Ashes and the Starkest King. So the chapter headers in here are beautiful. So yeah, as far as I know, it's set in the same world. But thank you so much, Amanda, for this. I really do appreciate it. You absolutely didn't have to, but thank you, my love. Okay, next. This is also gifted. Claire, to Steph, hope this cheers you up. I love the cover, it looks so cute. Lots of love from Claire. Thank you so much, my love. Oh, the House Witch. I've had my eye on this for such a long time, and I've just gotten it Gav for his birthday, which is today, by the way. Happy birthday, Gav. I hope you have a fabulous day, handsome. And yeah, I've had my eye on this for a while now, so this cover is absolutely stunning. I believe this is like a cozy fantasy, a heartwarming and humorous blend of fantasy, romance and mystery, featuring a witch with domestic powers and the royal household he serves at dinner. Adorable. Thank you so much, Claire, for this. I really do appreciate it. This is so much chunkier than I thought it was going to be. 461 pages. Outstanding. Thank you so much. Look at all these indie published books that I'm getting. Thanks, Claire. Okay, this one. It's incredibly sticky. It's also gifted. It's damp. Why is it damp? It's from Zoe. Because if anything will make you smile, it's a new book. You're stronger than you think, from Zoe. Thanks, Zoe. I love you. Oh my god. It's massive. Okay, so just triple check there's nothing in there. This is Skyward Flight by Brandon Sanderson. If any of you watched my giant unhaul the other week, which I will tag up here just in case you missed it, I bought the American edition of this because I had the American edition of Cytonic, and in all honesty, I kind of prefer the American covers, but I do also have the first 3 in this series in Skyward, Starsight and Cytonic. Actually, I don't have Cytonic in UK hardback. I had it in American. I don't think I do, or do I? I think I might actually. Maybe I'm lying. I don't know. I can't remember. Anyway, I had the American hardbacks for 2 of the books, which were Skyward Flight and Cytonic even. But I had an argument with myself about what to do about it. I could have bought the other 2 books in hardback, American hardbacks, which would have cost me a lot of money, or I could just get this in hardback, which would have been cheaper. So that's what I ended up doing. I got rid of my American ones, so I did need the UK hardback. So thank you so much, Zoe, for adding this one to my shelf. I really do love you. You are an angel. Again, Zoe is another one of my patrons, and she's also been an absolute sweetheart this last week while I've been feeling incredibly overwhelmed with everything, especially my ADHD. So thanks, Zoe, for this. You are a gem. Thank you so much. I love you. Then let's do this Fairy Loot box. I think this is the adult box. Let's get my little cloud razor, which is incredibly handy, and I'm so glad I invested in those. So it is strings attached. I know what the book is in here. I'm so fucking excited to see what Fairy Loot have done with it. I already got my Waterstones edition of this book, so I'm really excited to see what Fairy Loot have done with this. Oh my god, I was not expecting that. Okay, so it's In the Lives of Puppets by TJ Klune. I was totally not expecting this at all. When I saw the blue edge, I was like, what have they done here? This is still really pretty though. These are the edges, absolutely beautiful. It is signed by TJ Klune. The end papers are stunning. Oh my goodness. Ooh, pretty. Underneath the dust jacket. And the end paper's the same on the other side. I am so excited about reading this book. I just don't know which one to read of it now as well, because I'm sure that I've bought... Have I bought another version as well? I can't remember. But I'm really, really excited. I just love these. The cover is so beautiful. I love that it's so different to the original. Because it's really nice sometimes to have books that are the same book but have different covers. I think sometimes it can get a little bit repetitive when you're buying special editions of books but they're all the exact same cover. Do you know what I mean? So I'm really excited about this one. This is a book that follows a guy called Victor, sorry. Giovanni's one of the robots, and he's got 3 different robots. And they all live together, and then they end up taking in this android, I believe. But when the android gets turned on, this android used to hunt robots, and I think Giovanni was one of the robots he hunted. But once he gets turned on, he, not on purpose, completely accidentally, sends a signal to say that Victor is living with these 3 robots, and they get hunted. And that's the story, and I'm really, really excited. Inspired by the adventures of Pinocchio by Carlo Collodi and the Swiss Family Robinson in The Lives of Puppets is a masterful and heartfelt fantasy adventure. Here, even family assembled from spare parts might become whole. So excited to read this. So yeah, incredible edition of that book from Fairy Loot indeed. And then the final thing I do have here is from Little Inkling Designs, where I got my always fully booked planner. Ignore the fact that the foiling is coming off on, that's entirely me ramming it in and out of my handbag. But yeah, this is where I got my always fully booked planner from, and I did buy a new planner from them, and I think some sticker sheets as well, if I remember correctly. So let's, oh shit, just stabbing myself with the blade. How are you, man? Ah, I did it. Okay, so I did get some stickers, I thought I did. So the sticker kit that I got was a bluish one. It's really pretty, and it will fit my fully booked planner perfectly. So I'm excited to give these a try. So we do have these stickers. These ones. These ones. And these ones. Which are really pretty. So excited for those. And then I also got the Novel Companion Ultra. So they do have a Novel Companion, which is a smaller version of this, but I wanted to get the Ultra one because I am extra and I just like the size of this. Between the pages of a book is a lovely place to be. I agree. So when you open it up, it's got all the best bits out of the always fully booked planner. So you can, you know, what you would classify your ratings as, a legend, anticipated books, your goals for the year. I am saving this for next year. I just wanted to get it in advance because they restock, not too regularly, but they do restock, and I didn't want to miss the opportunity to get this one. So then you have a reading log, which in my fully booked planner is 3 pages long. In here it's 2. There is a giant bookish haul page, which lasts 2 pages. Huge bookshelf page. I think this one fits more books in than my fully booked planner, but we'll find out in a second. 5-star reads. Favorite books, so you can either do this as like the year, like one for each month. However you want to do that is fine. That's why they don't put a title on it. You can put your own title. Book series tracker, which I've been finding super helpful recently in mine. And then they do have some different challenges. So the A to Z challenge, the fully booked challenge, They've got On the Cover Challenge, Reading the Rainbow. They have Genre Reading and Read Through the Ages Challenge, which all of these are in my journal as well. And then a Country Reading Challenge as well. And they allow for 220 books in here, which will be much better for next year, because I am so close to already having caught up to, like, got to my 126, I think it is, goal in the other journal. This one is a new edition, which I'm really excited about. It's monthly stats, and I'm really keen for this one. I think what happened was one of the women that has made this, one of the people that's made this, started doing that. They wrote it out themselves in their journal, and I think a lot of people have been loving it and wanted it in the journal, so they put it in. At the end of the year, you can put some stats in, and battle of the books for the year, and then this is like a you can do it for your mood, you can do it for your reading, pages read, etc., books read for the day, etc., for throughout the year. And then just some blank pages before we get into, I think, undated calendars. Yeah, so then we get to the month, which is completely undated. So if you end up having a bad month and you can't be arsed with it or whatever, you can skip the month. It's no big bother. And I really like that, because there are weeks, especially like with the weekly layout as well, there are weeks in mind that I'm just not getting to at the moment and I'm not filling in properly. And it just seems like a waste of paper. So this one means that if you miss it, it's not a bother. And then as we go on, you can also then do... They have room for reviews for 220 books as well, which I've been finding super helpful in my fully booked planner recently. So absolutely loving that. Very excited to have this for next year. I feel like this layout might suit me better this year than my fully booked one has done, but I've been loving playing with this so far. So yeah, very excited to already have that ready for next year. Look at me go. Watch me put that somewhere and forget where I've put it and end up purchasing another one, because that is literally something I would do. So those are all the books. It's made me very happy. Let me change the battery, because yet again you're flashing. So those are all the books. Thank you to Zoe, Claire, and also Amanda for my books. I really do appreciate you all. You are absolute gems. I'm so excited to add these to my shelves. And also thanks to Fairy Loot as well for In the Lives of Puppets. I am a rep for them, so thank you to them for sending me that. So now I need to give you an update on reading, because I am in the middle of several books again, and I'm not sure how I feel about it. So I was reading Arcanum Unbounded. I'm now up to date with this. I can't remember what the last thing was I told you, but I did finish Mistborn Secret History. I'm fairly certain I've already told you that. I am still partway through The Ashes and Starkest King. I haven't made a lot of progress in this. I'm 29 pages in, up to chapter 4. I am hoping to make more progress on this week though. I really hope to do so. And then I did start The Intimacy Experiment by Rosie Dannon, which is the book I really do need to focus on, I think, today, because we have the live show tomorrow, and this is for Literature Book Club. So far, this is good. I'm enjoying it. It's a good time. We're following Naomi Grant, who's an ex-porn star, and she is setting up a sex positive foundation, and she is looking for opportunities to speak publicly. However, this doesn't come very easy to her, because people don't want to speak publicly about sex. You know, taboo and all of that shit. Then she comes across Ethan Cohen, who is a rabbi of his own synagogue. However, his synagogue is struggling a little bit, and he needs to come up with new and inventive ways to get people in. He wants to get the younger people in, the younger generation. So he ends up asking Naomi if she will come in and do like a 6-week course on intimacy. And they initially don't agree, but they've eventually agreed, come to some agreement, and she's done her first workshop. And I really enjoyed the conversation she ended up having with the people, and the way she managed to get them to discuss intimacy and sex positivity without it being dirty and, you know, I don't know what the word is that I'm looking for. It was really well done and I really enjoyed it, and I am enjoying the relationship we currently have between Naomi and Ethan as they're getting to know one another. So I'm enjoying this so far, and I'm looking forward to continuing on with it. So I'm hoping to finish this today. This is my intention today. I don't have too long left of it. I'm on page 110. Well, I have like around over 200 pages, I think. Oh yeah, like 202 pages. So I'm hoping to finish this today, fingers crossed. And then yesterday I did read for a little bit while Andy went on the PlayStation, but I'm listening to the audiobook of this on my iPad and my headphones wouldn't connect to my iPad. So I didn't pick this up. There was no need for me to explain that, but I did start listening to one of the other books on my TBR. I couldn't remember everything, but I decided that it was time to pick up one of my big books on my TBR. I've got 3 of them this month. Oh, aside, you know, on top of Ashes. And I did want an audiobook, so I did decide to start Jade War by Fonda Lee yesterday, and I didn't get too far, but I did get 52 pages in, and I'm enjoying this so far. It's good to be back with these characters, and it's gonna I think it might take me a minute or two. I didn't have the book with me, so it might take me a minute or two to kind of just locate each of the characters again, who's doing what and all of that stuff, because this is basically set in a world where jade can be used, if you wear it, it can be used as a kind of power to make you stronger. And there are different types of clans in this world. So this is the Greenbone Saga, and there are different types of clans in the Greenbone clan. So we've got the No Peak clan, and we have the Mountain clan, and then a few others as well. So there are, once you're in the clans, there are different types of people. So there's the Pillar, the Weatherman, we've got the Fist and the Fingers, and there's just all different kinds of people. And it's been a hot minute since I've read Jade City, so it's just going to take me a second or two to get into it, but I think I am pretty much there. As long as I don't sit on this for a while, I'm hoping to make some really good progress on this. So what I want to do is finish the intimacy experiment and then pick this up and continue on with this if I can do so. So that's my aim for today. This has been an incredibly long update, and I do apologise. I got carried away with the journal. So yeah, but that is my plan for today. I just need to put my ideas up actually and actually start reading again, because I've been sat around doing almost nothing for the last 2 days. It's now really hard to kickstart myself again, which is why I don't like to have those days, but sometimes they're just needed, you know. So I need to do that. So I'm going to tidy up, and then I'm going to sit down and start listening to the intimacy experiment. I might do some journaling as well. I haven't touched my journal since the week, like the middle of the week. So I think I might do those things, and then I will check back in with you when I have an update for you, probably when I finish the intimacy experiment, to be perfectly honest. So yeah, I'm going to do all of that, and I will check back in with you when there's an update.
What if the world had more of your smile? What if the wind could spread your love? What if your sweetness could reach everyone? There'd be no wars.
Okay, good morning. It's Monday, it's 10:20. I have just started my first sprint with patrons. We were chatting for way too long. But I'm here to wrap up this vlog. So, first week of May, and I've managed to read quite a bit, which I'm pretty happy with. So I did start off with Arcanum Unbounded and reading quite a few of the short stories in here. So I did read The Emperor's Soul, which I gave 4 stars. The Hope of Elantris, which I gave 4.5. The 11th Metal, 4 stars. Alamancer Jack got 3 stars, and Mistborn Secret History also got 4 stars. So I did manage to read all of those in this vlog. I then also read The Intimacy Experiment by Rosie Dannon, which I did finish yesterday. I said I was going to come and give you an update on this and then I didn't. I did finish it last night. I haven't ran it through Corpal yet, but I reckon it's going to get maybe a 4-star, probably a low 4-star. This was good. I think the thing I enjoyed the most about this was the discussions surrounding sex positivity and also intimacy in general, and trying to make that a thing that people are discussing in everyday life, and not making it such a taboo subject. I think I really enjoyed that. I did enjoy Naomi and Ethan and the relationship that they built up. I thought it was great, and I think one of my patrons just did mention that the plot was very similar to like Priest. It was different in the sense that in Priest he wasn't actually allowed to be married and have a relationship and stuff, whereas in here as a rabbi Ethan was allowed to have those things. But it's different in that sense, but I feel like the plot was well more developed in this one than it was in Priest. Like in Priest he just did not hold on to his priestlyhood at all. He had no control, whereas in this one I think between the both of them they were both learning a lot about themselves, especially Naomi, which was great news. I did really enjoy that someone who is like an ex-porn star getting to a point with a man where she's feeling very intimate with him but also struggling with just sleeping with him. Like in her head she was struggling with that situation, which you wouldn't think would be a thing. Was really good to kind of see as well. So yeah, it was good. I think I preferred The Roommate. I read The Roommate year or two ago and I think I did prefer that one, but I enjoyed this nonetheless, and yeah, I reckon 4 stars for this one. I didn't get much further into Jade Wall than what I told you yesterday, which was 52 pages, so I am going to be continuing that this week. And then I only got a little bit further into The Ashes in the Star-Cursed King. I got to page 72, so again, enjoying this one. I'm going to try and make more progress in this week. How well I do with that, I don't know. One thing I will say is that I'm absolutely gutted that the audio for this doesn't come out until August, because I really do struggle with physically reading fantasy. Now, I've physically read Zodiac Academy 1 and 2. I think the reason why I didn't struggle with that is because there's not really any like fantastical names in there for me to trip over. So again, if I hadn't already heard a bunch of people saying Nyaxia, I would have no idea how to pronounce that and I would trip over it several times in this book. And there's other words in here as well. When it's a fantastical world like this, there's other words in here that I'm constantly tripping over. For example, the king's name in general, and I wouldn't mind, I've already heard it in the audiobook several times. So yeah, I don't know, I just find physically reading fantasy very slow. In general, my reading speed is not fast anyway. I feel like I could listen to this on 2.5 speed, but my physical reading pace is like a 0.5. That's how I feel. I'm slower than a 1 on the audiobook. So yeah, I don't know how long it's going to take me to get through this. I feel like if I could just allocate a couple of hours to sit down and not get distracted and just smash my way through some of it, I would make really good progress. But without allocating that time, I think I'm going to struggle a little bit with this, and I'm literally reading like 2 chapters at a time, then getting distracted by my phone. So I don't know, we'll see how it goes. I'll keep you updated on the progress on this, obviously, throughout my vlogs. Hopefully it won't take me the whole month, because I am concerned that I will get bored and just DNF it. Not bored of the book, but bored of bored of actually having to read it. But yeah, so that's everything that I read this week. Did manage to get through quite a few books, and I am quite happy about that. I know a lot of them were short stories, novellas from Arcanum Unbounded, but it means that I can progress onto Warbreaker now and know that I've got like the backstories as well in my head, so that's great news, because I actually forgot I needed to pick those up. Oh, I also DNF'd The Witch and the Vampire as well. So I did DNF that too. So I did make it through another book on my TBR as well. Which is, you know, not great news, but it's news. So that's everything I did manage to get through this week. It has been a bit of a tough week mentally, and I am hoping that this now coming week will be better fingers crossed. I don't hold much hope, but I'm hoping that it will be. I've got a couple of things I need to do this week that I don't know, there's just a few things going on in the background that make me not too confident that this week could be much better, to be perfectly honest. So we'll see what happens. Fingers crossed. I'm going into it with a positive mind and hoping that it will be fine. But yeah, I hope you have enjoyed this vlog. I apologise it's not been as chirpy as my usual vlog. It's not been a good week, but I want to keep it real. And, you know, mental health is a thing. We do have tough days, and I didn't want to shy away from that on here. So there is a clip from Wednesday in here where I'm explaining how like bad my day is, and it hasn't gone away. The stress of everything that was dragging me down that day is still here, but I'm dealing with it a bit better. I think Wednesday I just got completely overwhelmed with it all. It just became too much. I was exhausted, and it just everything just became too much, and I needed to vent somewhere, and luckily my patrons were there. So thank you so much to them from the bottom of my heart for that, because they really were a rock for me this week, and I really do appreciate it. So yeah, if you want to know more about all of my links, my Twitter, Instagram, Goodreads, Patreon, are all linked down below. If you would like to check them out, feel free to do so. Feel free to follow me on socials. Feel free to check out my Patreon if you want to. Absolutely no pressure. It's there if you want to check it out. And yeah, I hope you have enjoyed this video, and I shall see you in the next video. Bye for now.